Help us level the playing field. Sign the parliamentary petition today to fuel the growth and fund the game.
Hello and welcome to round 14 action of the Senol NPL Victoria Women's live from Cross Keys Reserve. I'm your commentator, Daniel Christie, bringing you this exciting Saturday afternoon clash between Essendon Royals and Box Hill United. The lineups for today are as follows. Starting with the home team, we have Jurcic, Sandu, Sewards, McGrawty, Koizumi, Wilbert, Peel, Parkinson, Smith, Jenkins and Dean. And for the away team, we have Sigavcic, Policina, Burchelli, Minerick, Paliwoda, Clarkson, Murray, Keat, Murakami, Buccialo and Pickett. As we can see, Paliwoda, captain, and Jurcic competing for the toss. The match will be officiated today by the centre ref, Shab Saban. The two assistant referees will be Helena Panagiotidis and Audrey as a party. Weather conditions today, it's a cool afternoon here in Strathmore with temperatures around 17 degrees, light northerly winds and no rain expected, so it is close to ideal conditions. But as we can see, the pitch is dry and firm, and playing through the middle can be a little bit difficult with the bouncing ball. We have Essendon Royals in their all red with white trim, shooting from left to right today, with Box Hill in a white shirt with black shorts we can see here, and they will be shooting from right to left to begin this clash. With Box Hill United on top of the table in first place, closely shadowed 2 points behind them in third place are the hosts, Essendon Royals, today, which what makes this such an exciting encounter.
Hi. How you going?
As the teams are ready to go. Shab Saban, final checks. Both teams will be seemingly operating in a 4-3-3 today. I'll be able to bring that to you on the go as the game commences, exactly how the teams are lining up. Essendon Royals looking very much in their usual shape as the game kicks off. And we've got Laura Pickett starting out at right back today, and it will be a centre-back pairing of Paliwoda, number 15, who's trying to find that pass, but it comes down to McGrawdy out to Jenkins, who was fantastic last week, into Seward straight away. Cleared by Policina. Out to Bucalo with Sandu on her back. Plays inside. Keat battling. Comes out to Clarkson. Shovels it out wide to Chiara Burcelli. One to watch. Burcelli to Murakami. Back out to Paliwoda as we start to see both teams settle in a shape now. It's Sydney Minerick and Paliwoda in central defence for Box Hill today. And as we expected, lining up in a 4-3-3 with Bucalo coming inside, Murakami trying to find the feet there. Spills into Parkinson. Isabella Sewards trying to find a pass forward. Cut off by Minerick. And it's a bit of a sloppy start here. Both teams changing hands of possession. But Bronte Peel now, 1v1 with Paliwoda, who gets her toe in there. Defends really well. Clears up the line. Clarkson operating in that midfield role, but a little bit closer to Erin Keat this week, with Murakami and Policina operating in behind. Very fluid in the midfield, as we can see here already, starting to shape up. And the ball just goes out of play there. So it certainly is a couple changes from last week for Box Hill in their 5-1 win against Melbourne City. Most notably in the left back and right back position, with Holly Murray there picking up the ball and playing Paliwoda, and Box Hill will reset. Sagavcic. Murray into the feet, but well tackled by Parkinson. Ball spills out to Sewards. Box Hill will get the throw on this near touchline. It'll be another throw. Key matchups already starting to define themselves in this game. I've got my eyes on Kelly McGrawdy versus Sydney Minarak today. The Essendon Royals striker on fine form this season against a really tough opponent, experienced one in Sydney Minarak. Jurcic just gets a tailwind and does enough. Margaret Jenkins came off after 26 minutes with a suspected ankle knock in last week's game after scoring 2. The second one, especially if you haven't seen it, go back and see it. It's a remarkable solo effort in their win against South Melbourne last week. That battle on the far side will be extremely interesting. McGrawdy picking it up here. Trying to do a little pirouette, but nabbed off it by Murakami and Koizumi in there to Wilbert, right at her feet. And Essendon Royals will look to try and play out. It will be very tight in that midfield today. 3v3, 6 talented players going head-to-head on what is a firm, dry and bumpy pitch. So space is of an absolute essence today. Paliwoda picking it up, getting her head up and wanting to play forwards early. Meets head of Jurcic. She'll win a lot more of those headers today, that's for sure. Murakami trying to shuffle it out wide. McGrawdy again picking the ball up in the centre of the park. It's well shut off, but Koizumi has space to operate in now. Gets her head up. Tries to find the run of Sedwards. Won't get past Sydney Minarak with that, but Koizumi picks it up again and tries to catch Zagavcic. Off guard, but doesn't. And it's the first shot of today coming from Koizumi. Both teams want to be able to isolate their wingers. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. Bercialo Bercelli versus Jenkins and Peel. There's a lot of matchups to watch out here as Kendra Smith comes across, bodies Keat, does well. And Dean, with her trusty left foot, will try and get the play going. Kendra Smith does well to play it up the line. McGrawdy now, 1v1 with Minarak. Finds the run of Margaret Jenkins. But the attempted cross is blocked there by who I believe was Laura Pickett, but it was a great little ball from Kendra Smith with her left foot up the line in the first place. Box Hill had done well to close off the middle of the pitch, and McGrawdy just did a good job in finding the pass of Jenkins, who was well marshalled. And Akeisha Sandhu, who will get a lot of these crossing opportunities from the corner, you'll feel today. She gets this in the right area. They've got plenty of targets in there. Sandhu lifts it in. It'll come to the near post. Cleared by Paliwoda. Comes out to Wilbert, who will shuffle it back out to Sandhu. First time back in. Well cleared to the back post. Koizumi just over the bar from the second phase of the corner. And Essendon Royals really bringing the game to the league leaders so far. Paliwoda. Out to Murray. To Bercelli. To Murakami. Good little rotation there, but cut off by Jurcic. They're the first to it so far. Amy Parkinson, ever reliable, consistent. Picks a pass. Bronte Peel back to goal. She does really well. Plays in Sedwards. It does well to chase it down. Played off Paliwoda for the second corner of the game. And so far, Box Hill struggling to be able to really sustain any attacking momentum here. Cut off by the hosts early on. And using Jenkins and Peel and McGrawdy as a focal point to really ensure that they're getting the most out of this first half. You really feel that a lead at half time would be ideal for the hosts here, as Keisha Sandu, again, from the right-hand side this time, gets it in, but it's at the near and able to come off the shin of a Box Hill defender. And then Erin Keat does all that she really can do there in that situation, playing it off the shins of Jurčić. And out for a throw on the far side. Not a lot of options, but it's able to find Clarkson, who, despite her best efforts, isn't able to find Buccialo on the far side. McGrorty picking it up, again in a deep position, really trying to make things work. Jurčić gets her head up, wants to play the run of Parkinson. She might get there, just evades her grasp. Not the worst ball there. Good intention by Jurčić to really get Box Hill United turned around. Peliwoda out to Holly Murray, to Clarkson. Cut off there again. Kobe Wilbert picks it up outside the box. Could have played Jenkins, didn't. Plays Isabella Sedwards, who's come face to face with Holly Murray. Wilbert does well there to evade, and again it's another corner. And I can only feel there that Essendon could have had an opportunity if Kobe Wilbert just slipped in Margaret Jenkins, who was free on the left-hand side before they went to the right side and was eventually cut off. And another corner will come in. Again from the boot of Sandu. Lifted into the near post. Oh, what a header that is from Bronte Peel. She flicks it home into the side netting of the back post. And the Royals are 1-0 up, exactly what their early dominance deserves here at Cross Keys Reserve. Great ball in from Sandu. The technique is fantastic. If she gets it in the right area and they make first contact, it makes it really hard for any defensive team. And I'm not sure how many headers she scored this season, but that was certainly an expert one to be able to guide that one in. Bronte Peel up and running. Murakami, clever little flick around the corner, tries to play that 1-2. Sharp challenge in there, but Saban lets it go. Parkinson didn't see much ahead of us and needed to turn back. And Jurčić plays it out for a throw. Maybe that's the jolt that Box Hill needed to really turn up the intensity, but they need to get their passes straight. Lucky on that occasion, Murray into Murakami. Wilbert does well to nab it off the toe of Clarkson. Sedwards, two little turns in a row and plays it out to Sandu, and they'll reset. Smith tries to find the run of Jenkins, but she really wanted it in behind. If the passes aren't crisp, if they aren't to feet, you're asking for trouble on a pitch like this, and Essendon Royals will come back at you hard. Great speed on the counter. And talking about speed, we've got Keat versus Jurčić here. Jurčić does well to nod it down to herself and volley it to Koizumi, out to Sandu, little 1-2 with Jenkins. Sandu again, plays it back to Jenkins. Great play on the left-hand side there. Jenkins does well to twist and turn. And it's almost sandwiched in there on the line. Hard to see. Sandu again versus Buccialo. Box Hill do well to earn a throw in there after a melee there on the left-hand side of the pitch. Clarkson on the ball. Struggling to really get into the game as she would like. Peel with it now. And it will be cleared, but only into the path of Jenkins, who scores! Beating the left palm of Sagavcic. Margaret Jenkins makes it 2. And Box Hill won't be happy with that. It was Gracie Clarkson robbed in midfield, and it came back at him in 2 passes. Bronte Peel, a twist and a swivel, blocked the clearance. She probably hurt herself in the process of actually blocking the clearance from Paliwoda, Bronte Peel, but it spills out to Jenkins, who does well just to hit the ball first time. And it just dips under the left hand of Sagavcic, who will be not at all happy with her efforts there. She would have liked to get a palm on that and at least tip it away for a corner. But the Royals won't complain. It's 2-0. And that's exactly what they wanted. Box Hill now shocked. How do they respond to this? They need to get their midfield on the ball, receiving possession in tight areas and being able to play through the press. These are where your players stand up. Polachina, Murakami, Clarkson need to get on it and start dominating. Minarek there, just bustling off Sewards. We've seen in previous weeks, if you give Bercelli, Bucalo and Keat up front the opportunities, they will finish them. Jenkins there, great tackle from Sydney Minarek. Falls out to Kelly McGrorty there, who tries her preferred pirouette move. Turns again, gets the shot off. She certainly loves that skill move. The Maradona spin, the pirouette, a lot of names for it. Sewards with pressure there on Sagavcic. And Box Hill living unceremoniously so far. Can they be able to play out the pressure now? Sagavcic does well to be able to find Murray, who gets her head up, cuts inside. Looking for the run, but won't quite beat Parkinson on that occasion. Calls for keep, and they do. Laura Pickett now finding Keat, first time into the box, but Dean will collect. Sandu now back to Smith, who clears first time on the left, out for a throw. It'll be Pickett on the far side, throwing it into Keat, who can't quite get a hold of it, and Essendon Royals will again look to go long, this time from Smith all the way to Sagavcic. Admittedly, it is hard to be able to play through the middle. This pitch doesn't necessarily make it easy. A bouncing ball, and if you're controlling it with someone tight to you, it can be quite difficult to be able to actually build up those attacking plays. So going down the wings is the option of choice. As Chiara Bercelli makes some ground there, up on this left-hand wing, as the wind starts to pick up a little bit here at Cross Keys Reserve. Clarkson, Murray, Polachina to Murakami, tries to find Minarek and they just get away with it. Paliwoda out to Murray, but that touch lets her down. Peel into Sewards. She does well to find McGrorty, and it's Pickett coming across and makes a great challenge, waved away by Saban there, the centre ref for today. Buchala to Minarek. They've got time now to be able to reset, and a lot of space to operate in now. That switch starting to come off well, but it just goes under the foot of Holly Murray, who can't get there. And that ball goes out for a goal kick. The last time, that these teams met was in round 1 at Wembley Park, in which Essendon Royals did win 3-1. And so far, they're looking to repeat that trick. Policina into Burchelli. Murray tries to find the run of Policina. Change of hands, very competitive here. It's a tough tackle there from Burchelli on Peel. Waved on. McGrorty with the press on Murray. And as we can see, it's certainly a battle here at Cross Keys Reserve. In that round 1 fixture, it was Sewards and McGrorty with 2 for the visitors on that occasion. Essendon Royals with Minarek getting the first for Box Hill on that day. And then they actually drew 2-2 twice in 2025. So competitive games from these two teams, with Essendon Royals just getting the best of them in most recent history. Both teams are coming off convincing wins. Last week, Essendon Royals beat South Melbourne 4-1, being 3-0 up at half-time. And Box Hill did what they needed to do despite going 1-0 down against Melbourne City, trumping them 5-1 in the end. Clarkson on the ball now. Tries to turn from 2. Peel into Wilbert. Into Sewards. Turns back. Trying to find a little bit of space. Plays Peel really well there in the box. Who crosses. And Sagavcic as well. Tries to claim it, but does enough to be able to push it for a corner. Good play there from Sewards and Peel. Isabella Sewards, when I've seen her play, operating in that right-hand channel of the midfield. Hard running and really good technically. Has got a good eye for a pass as well. And she can definitely have the capability to get on the score sheet. Always a joy watching her play. So Sandu to return the ball back in. It was Peel at the near post mere minutes ago. They'll be wanting to repeat the trick. Sandu waiting. Now delivers. McGrorty! Or it could have been Jenkins. A combination of both. Into the palms of Sagavcic. Great save. Jenkins picks it up again. Box Hill can't seem to be able to get out of their defensive third into the midfield. They're just struggling with it at the moment. And as you can see, the substitutes on the bench being asked to warm up. Burchelli plays it back to Paliwoda, back to Burchelli. Really rotating and trying to find some space here. Minarek does well. And this is probably the longest spell of possession that Box Hill have actually had today. Known for being able to rotate the ball from side to side. Patient with their attacking chances, but just not getting that space today so far. But it'll be hard for the hosts, Essendon, to be able to keep this up for the full 90. Almost making the most of it when they can. McGrorty does well. Ooh. Wow. And it's come straight at us. As you can see there, somehow I think we're very lucky to escape with minimal damage, either to equipment or person. Wouldn't want to see that on the replay, that's for sure. As the game resumes, no stopping here. The show continues. Paliwoda picking it up. Plays it to Murray. As you can see there on the replay, I haven't seen that before. Minarek Peliwoda. Won't beat Parkinson though, as Koizumi comes with it. Peel, great turn. Now playing down the line to Sedwards. 1v1 with Peliwoda. Tries to return it back to Peel, but it will be cleared only as far as Sedwards. It's back and forth there between those two. Koizumi plays McGrorty, who has a little bit of space, but closed down well by Minarek. Played back to Peel, who tries to find that inventive ball over the top, but it drifts out for a goal kick. If you've just joined us here at Cross Keys Reserve for this enticing Saturday afternoon clash, it's 2-0 to the hosts with 24 minutes gone. All the play really has been with the hosts so far, really taking it to the ladder leaders. But you can only assume if they don't make the most of their chances that Box Hill will come back at some stage. McGrorty picks it up, has enough time to turn and dribble across the box. Fouled, but wave play on. Peel crosses it in, cleared by Minarek again. Almost single-handedly defending the Essendon Royals attacks here is Sydney Minarek at the heart of the Box Hill defence. Peel back to goals, loves doing that, shielding the ball. Murakami again gets a toe in there. Parkinson to Peel. Policina just robbed off it there by Wilbert, and the referee has stopped here as Shabsaban comes over to inspect Murakami, who we believe there just copped a little bit of a knock on the inside of her right leg there from Peel after the throw-in. She's actually claiming that she's okay, up to her feet and walking, which is a good sign. And it looks like the referee will be picking up the ball and electing to just drop it to Kendra Smith and let play resume. Sandu into the feet of McGrorty again. We've seen that quite a fair few times. Laying it off to Koizumi. Into Wilbert. Back to McGrorty. Great play there from Essendon Royals. And now they have the left wing opened up with Sandu. First time into the box to Jenkins. What a goal. What a great passing move there from the hosts. Kelly McGrorty, Koizumi, Sandu at the heart of it. And Margaret Jenkins beating Sagavcic, who again will have loved to have palmed that around the post. But the shot was just arrowed in just enough, with enough power and accuracy to beat her. And it's just, in a nutshell there, what Essendon Royals can do. That is their 36th goal this season in 14 games. Quite remarkable. And Box Hill again have it all to do. And really haven't actually tested Sophie Dean in goal so far. That's probably the main thing that I would be able to say. Policina, Keat, even Bercelli and Bacalo on the far side, almost synonymous. Lots of room for improvement. And it wouldn't totally surprise me if there was a substitution coming in the mix either. Murakami picking it up, but Sewards is there again. Clarkson finding Minarek. Into the feet of Pickett. And they will reset again, and that's better from Box Hill. Paliwoda firing it into the midfield. Murakami, Clarkson. Can she get her head up and find a target? She does on this occasion. Bercelli playing it out wide. They will try to get the ball into the box. Slipped in is Bercelli. Cutting it back. Policina. Smothered by Smith and cleared. Much better from Box Hill. Much better from the visitors. Being patient. And Chiara Bercelli just having the freedom to be able to roam around the pitch and be able to pick the ball up when and how she pleases to be able to dictate this attacking play. Smith up the line. Jenkins now smothered on this occasion by Pickett. Keat does well to be able to pick up the loose ball. Trying to create something, but just sticks on the ball and coughs up possession to Sandhu, and Smith will clear with her left foot. Buccialo. Nicolina Buccialo trying her best to get in the game and do something, create something at a bare minimum. Hasn't really got the service so far, you could argue, as Jurcic wins another header to Jenkins, who, with very minimal space, tries to turn up the line, isn't rewarded. Minarek now under pressure on the bouncy turf. Finds Paliwoda. Murray will get there. And he's just not on the same wavelength with Bercelli. She wanted feet that time. Bercelli had spun him behind. Murray, Paliwoda into the feet of Bercelli. And they just can't seem to get out of that part of the pitch. Parkinson now to return the ball into play. Wants to find the runner. Peel does. And Bronte Peel will try and be able to win a corner at a very minimum. Dispossessed. And Parkinson right by the corner flag will attempt to be able to launch this one into the box. And eventually cleared. Jurcic into Koizumi. And Bercelli gets her toe into it. It will fall for Keat, who does exceptionally well to flick it over Smith, but still with 35 yards to goal, had so much work to do there. And although it's good defending, Box Hill will have another go at it, but it just slips and evades the toe of Murakami. Not on the first time. Jenkins looking to beat Pickett on the outside. Really stretching her legs and using her pace. The long strides of Margaret Jenkins will cause any defence trouble. And it's cleared only as far as Wilbert to Koizumi. And a little bit of space has opened up. Smith with a laboured pass into the midfield, nearly cut off. Minarek, again, just getting the ball out to Murray, was under severe pressure there. And Holly Murray not having the best time of it so far. Again, another effort goes over the touchline. As the game descends into a little bit of back and forth chaos. as the composure of the early parts of the game dwindles. Burchelli gets it out to Bachalo with a lot of space to operate in. Drives. Plays it into Murakami. Looks for her options. And she finds Murray. Does well to find Policina. Into the feet of Bachalo. Burchelli trying to link up. It's intricate, but it's probably too narrow. Not enough space to operate in. Murray now finds Murakami to Minarek, who with the inside of her right foot tries to play it first time. And Box Hill are making a little bit of a mess of it. All it takes is a quick switch. Undoubtedly, it is a tight field. But if you switch the ball quickly, there is a lot of rewards to be gained. As we can see here, Keat getting it across 1v1 to Bacheli on Parkinson. Cuts inside, shoots on the right foot. Great save by Dean. We've seen that plenty of times so far this season. Chiara Bacheli going 1v1. Close control there, cutting in and shooting. And Sophie Dean did fantastically there to palm the ball away for a corner. It'll be Policina to return. It's a quick corner. And Peel there on Policina supposedly had giving away a free kick. She's arguing certainly about it. She's not happy with that one. But Shabsaban puts up the palm of be quiet. Not having any of it. Well refereed so far. Rihanna Policina into the mixer, swerving all over the place. Jenkins will move the ball up the pitch, trying to find an option, but doesn't quite. And again, the ball changes hands. Koizumi with time to operate. Jenkins cuts inside, tries to dink it to the back post. Cut off by Minarek. And the game is starting to open up end to end now. Burchelli looks up, points. 1v1, beats Parkinson. Chiara Burchelli crosses, back post. Buccialo! It'll go over the bar. Doesn't quite get her effort on target there. It almost looked better to hit it with the left foot as opposed to the outside of the right. Doesn't get the technique perfect on this occasion. Much better attack though. Kobe Wilbert trying to flick it with the outside of her right foot dangerously. Gets away with it. Jenkins to Koizumi. Gets her head up. Sees the run of Peel, who will chase that one down and want to get it into the box with McGrorty, the only number in there. Peel, 1v1, beats Murray to the byline. And that should be a, well, Shabsaban has pointed for a corner. I thought it did come off Peel there. Great ball from Koizumi. Given the time and space to operate in, she can pick out a pass that can really split open any defence. Box Hill will want to stop the bleeding of the game so far. They can't let the deficit increase anymore to give them any chance of mounting a second half comeback. But the right foot of Akisha Sandhu could have something to say about it. Sandhu crosses into a dangerous area. Cleared. McGrorty gets there first with her body. Gets it back into the box to Jenkins with her left foot. Off the post. Back to her and in. Remarkable. Nicolina Bucciali did so well to be able to clear the ball in the first place, but McGrorty managed to get her body in between her and the ball and flick it back into the box with her left foot. And Jenkins, with too much space, you could argue, was able to lift it into the roof of the net. And that's just not what Box Hill needed. Essendon Royals have got 4. I don't think many people would have expected that today. But it's great attacking play. Some great goals have been scored already so far. And we're barely 40 minutes in. As Box Hill try to reply straight away. Koizumi to McGrorty, who's awarded the free kick. The referee thought the challenge from Laura Pickett was a little bit too physical. McGrorty tries to score from quite a long distance. She can probably get away with that at 4-0 up. McGrorty putting Minarek under a lot of pressure. Bucalo flicks it round the corner to Keat. Back to Bucalo. Great play. But it's Koizumi there to cut off the danger. Plays it in behind to Sandu. Ever-willing runner. Sagavcic will come across and shepherd it out for a goal kick. It seems like the Box Hill players are trying to rotate positions as they please. Starting off in a 4-3-3, they're definitely shifting and moving quite a bit, which makes it hard to actually build sustained choreographed attacks. Peel picking up the ball. Into Wilbert, back to Peel. Peel driving in, trying to find the pass into McGrorty, but cut off again by Sydney Minarek, who you could argue hasn't really done too much wrong. Koizumi into McGrorty. Great tackle there from Minarek, who comes out, tries to find Policina, who they just weren't on the same wavelength. Felt like Bercelli wanted that ball from Minarek. As Sagavcic orders her teammates to push up the field. And drops it on the half volley. I like that technique. Certainly gets good distance. Peel trying to play it in behind. Box Hill have got quite a high line on that occasion, trying to catch him offside. Sandu into Jenkins. Back out to Sandu. They've been linking up fantastic. Again, Jenkins will go on the outside and try to get the ball on from her left foot. And he'll go out for a throw-in. They have been operating superbly well. Akeisha Sandu and Margaret Jenkins. They are on the same wavelength. Understanding when to come short, when to spin in behind, when to interchange positions. They're doing it really well. Kobe Wilbert trying the Brazilian scoop. Not coming off this time. Pickett will serve the ball back into play. Won't be the head of Sandu. They'll get another go at it. Koizumi now. To Sandu. To Smith. And then Dean will clear. We'll find McGrorty in a lot of room in this deep area, and she's picked it up on quite a few occasions. Jenkins does well just to leave it. Clever. Sandu will come back, get her head up and play Parkinson. And this is great play. Coast-to-coast football here from Essendon Royals. Parkinson wants to get it in there. She does. And Sagavcic comes well, strong, over the top of Peel and her captain, Paliwoda, and claims. Cops a little bit of a knock to the back of her head on the way down for her efforts. Coming into the game, Box Hill, top of the table with 28 points, 9 wins, 1 draw, 3 losses, 36 goals for, and 11 goals against. That will now be 15 goals against, equaling Essendon Royals' record. That just goes to show you how quickly the tide can change, especially as we've seen this season in the competition, how tight it is between the top 4 teams. Games like this coming into the back end of the season will be so important. It's almost a 6-pointer in a lot of ways. Dean clearing there now. Keat in an offside position. She'll get caught out for it there by the assistant referee, Helena Panagiotis. Jenkins and Peel certainly quite narrow here on this occasion, but Dean won't be able to beat Clarkson. Skins off her shin pad into Bercelli. A little bit of head tennis here. Peel settles it down. Wilbert tries to play Parkinson, who will let it go out for a throw-in before returning it. Looking up, assessing her options. Finds Peel, who's been everywhere up and down this right-hand side so far. Keat with 2 around her, trying to battle. Peel again in this pocket. Parkinson, 1v1 with Murray. Plays Sewards, who will drive to the byline and try some fancy footwork. Won't beat Paliwoda, who clears as far as Wilbert. And Essendon Royals really at this stage boxing him in. Sandu firing from range for a goal kick. Not long left to go in this half now. Polisina with Koizumi keeping it close for company. Minarek shovels it out to Pickett, down the line to Bacalo, smothered by Jenkins and Sandu, but she emerges with the ball and has a lot of space now to drive into. Bacalo playing it out wide. Keat cuts inside with her left over the bar. High, wide, and not very handsome there from Erin Keat. As centre F, Shab Saban draws to a close this first half here at Cross Keys Reserve. A blistering 45 minutes here from Essendon Royals, who find themselves 4-0 up. Bronte Peel getting the opener with the head. Margaret Jenkins, again, 2 goals in the first half. This time, she'll look to come out for the second half. Some great goals on display. We will be back for the second half shortly. Welcome back to the second half here at Cross Keys Reserve. If you're just joining us on the YouTube stream, hopefully you're having a lovely Saturday afternoon. If you're an Essendon Royal supporter, you're definitely having a fantastic start to what is a cold and blustery day here out at Cross Keys Reserve with the home team 4-0 up. And a change has been made. We do know that Margaret Jenkins, for an unknown reason, has been withdrawn for Ava Grober, number 11. And we'll see if the away team have made any changes. I'll be keeping a close eye to try and update everyone at home. But so far, a lot of the play in action has been with the hosts. Sagavcic only throwing it as far as Sandu in this occasion. Box Hill have it all to do in the second half now. It is Rossi, Karina Rossi here, number 9, who has been injected into the game, I see. She's given away a free kick. I think she has come on for, I'm trying to work out, I think it's Gracie Clarkson, who has been withdrawn, as Kendra Smith will line up from about 45 yards to put this one into the box, and it's easily claimed there by Sagavcic, who will roll it out. Minarek finding Burchelli, comes back into traffic and he's coughed up. Seawards trying to find the run of Parkinson on the far side. So it seems like Minarek is now operating at left back, with Holly Murray now taking up a central defensive position next to Paliwoda, with Pickett still out at right back. Buccialo, Burchelli and Keat still the front three for Box Hill, with Karina Rossi, number 9, coming on into the midfield. Dean clears and out for a throw-in. So we expect to see a huge change of intensity and drive from the away team to just be far more physical, win back the ball quicker and get more shots off, which is something they really lacked in the first half, really beaten to it by a team that just wanted it more in Essendon Royals. Clinical, not only in their passing. That goal by Margaret Jenkins, the third, was an absolute ripper of a goal. Sydney Minarek doing really well to advance, but won't get past Jurcic, who plays it to McGrorty, who we've seen operating in this almost false 9 position all day. She loses it to Policina on this occasion. Paliwoda into Keat, out wide to Pickett, who gets the ball back into the box. Erin Keat, clever little touch, but it just evades her. Policina will now pick it up. Uses her body well against Grober, who cops that one to the back. And so far, it seems to be a better start here from the visitors. Shouts of handball, waved away. Jurcic that Sandu in this occasion does really well. Only gets as far as Murakami, who plays it into Rossi. Minaret, great touch. Finds Murakami versus Koizumi. And it's an intelligent pass with the outside of her right foot. And I can only assume if Nicolina Buccialo was on the same wavelength, she would have got there and be able to put a cross in. And that's what Murakami saying. Now there's a lot of other games on display here in the Senol NPL Women's Victoria, round 14. We had Preston Lions defeating Heidelberg 2-0 last night. South Melbourne currently in the 57th minute, 2-0 up against Bentley Greens. Avondale 1-0 up at half-time in their game versus Alamein United. Keilor Park Soccer Club 2-1 up against Spring Hills. And Melbourne Victory keeping Bulleen Lions to 0-0 in the final game of today. So plenty of action across round 14, but on points, it actually puts Bulleen on top of the table. As the ball comes wide to Buccialo, 2 points separate first and fourth in the NPL Women's Victoria so far. Extremely competitive as Peel slips on it there. Policina gets her head up, tries to catch Dean by surprise from distance, but it'll need something better to beat Sophie Dean from that distance, who so far, apart from one shot from Bocelli cutting in on her right foot and saving, hasn't had a whole lot to do. Koizumi into Sewards. Minarek's there first. Rossi picks it up, trying to drive at Jurcic, but Michaela Jurcic is fantastic to get a toe in there. Koizumi trying to play direct. We'll see if Essendon Royals can maintain their possession-based attacking football. I did notice that they sat in quite heavily against South Melbourne in that second half. Yes, they did have quite an unassailable lead as Bocelli cuts in and fires over the bar. Promising play there. But as I was saying, it'll be up to Essendon Royals to make sure they don't lose too much momentum in this game and give Box Hill a sniff and any positivity. If they continue what they're doing, they'll certainly win. Sewards does brilliant and has a lot of time and space, but not much width. She gets it now from Ava Grober, who picks it up 1v1 with Pickett. Grober trying to get to the byline, crossing it, but it's cut off by Pickett, who does really well to get her foot in there. And it's behind for another corner, but they can't rest on their laurels. Akeisha Sandhu will be whipping this one in. Well, it's actually played short. Sandhu now. No one's closed her. Gets the ball in. Great save from Sagavcic. Box Hill probably needed to switch on a little bit quicker there. Catching everyone by surprise. Sandhu now will be crossing this one in. It'll be an outswinger with her right foot from the far side. As things stand, Essendon Royals will go on to second, only one goal behind Bulleen Lions, who don't actually need to win to go top of the table, but they'll want to against that Melbourne Victory team as Sandhu crosses it into the box, to the back post. McGrady skipping off her forehead just wide of that far post. She had a chance similar in the first half, which was met well by the goalkeeper, but this time, had that one been on target, it definitely would have gone in the back of the net. Murakami nearly losing out to Sewards. She'll have another go at it. Policina out to Minaret, who does really well to beat Peel. Find Bocelli, who flicks it into Rossi. She's onside. Oh no, she's getting flagged off. Appeal saying that she came off behind, but centre ref isn't happy with that and will card her for her argument there on Audrey as a party, who picked the line well and didn't hesitate to raise her flag. Even though on replay it seemed like a tight call, she might have just been half a body length offside. First yellow card of the day. Dean straight up the field to McGrawdy, looking for Peel with the flick on him behind, cut off really well by Sophia Paliwada there. Minarek tries to find a tough pass into the midfield, cut off by Koizumi. McGrawdy, delicate little chip, inventive, but Sagavcic will claim. Keat controlling it with her studs, turning away from Koizumi, playing it back to where it came. Good play, but won't beat Parkinson on this occasion. Jurcic to Peel, to Parkinson. Bercelli cuts it off, and they'll go quickly at the Royals' defence. Good tackle, though, from Parkinson, and well seen from the referee there on that occasion. The Royals bench urging the defence to step up. They don't want to get in the habit of dropping deep, as I mentioned before. Parkinson into the feet of McGrawdy. Loose touch on that occasion. Policina trying to gain some ground, but really running into a blind alley. Koizumi, heads up, a lot of space. She seems like she's been playing in second gear all day today. Hasn't really had to step out of her comfort zone, just did what's necessary and played the passes as she's seen it. Buchalo, 1v1, tries to get the ball in early. It wasn't the worst ball in the world. Had a Box Hill attacker more eager to get on the end of it, it could have ended into a shot on goal, as Minarek will serve the ball back into play. Murray, back to Minarek. Peel. McGrawdy back out to Sewards. That's a combination that has proven deadly today. Peel, McGrawdy, Sewards really causing the Pythagoras defence a lot of issues. All right, Parkinson has actually taken too long there to return the ball back into play and has gotten a yellow card for it. Definitely stamping authority on this game, but doing a good job at it is centre ref Shahab Saban. Wilbert back to goal. Took a few touches to settle. Did well to find Grober. Sandhu now, 1v1. Cuts in. Cuts back on her left. Towards the back post where McGrawdy is. Another header and another shot off target there. Did well to rise high at the back post, but couldn't quite guide her effort down on target. Sandhu again, brilliant play, 1v1. Rossi tries to turn. Jurcic there. Wilbert into Peel. Advancing in the box now. Bronte Peel cuts inside. Peel, great save. And it's ended up in the back of the net from McGrawdy, it seems. It might have even been an own goal. I'll see closer on replay, but Bronte Peel did fantastic. But it's gone straight back at him. Again, Box Hill can't quite get out of their midfield. Bronte Peel cutting towards the byline, shooting. It's a good save. And yeah, it does look like it's Kelly McGrawdy tapping it in on her left foot. As she gives a kiss to the crowd. Sporting a pink hair tie today. is Kelly McGrawdy. Pickett plays Murakami. And uncharacteristically goes out for a throw-in. And that's probably the best way to sum up this game from Box Hill. Uncharacteristic. Compared to their form in the last 5 games, I don't think many people saw this coming. What would be even more of a surprise if they were held without actually scoring a goal. As a substitution here, it's number 8, Isabella Sedwards, who's performed fantastically across this first 60 minutes. And coming on is number 17, Grace Ma. In what will be a like-for-like swap in the middle of the park there. Koizumi plays it out to Sandu. Back to Koizumi, first time into Ma, who tries to flick it onto Grober. Quick and intricate play. The ball's definitely gone out. It will be a throw-in for Essendon Royals, and Sandu will pick it up and return it into play. Sandu won't beat Murakami, but Koizumi gets in there. Buccialo into Rossi, and it's better play from Box Hill to evade the pressure, but they need to shift the ball quicker. Murray out to Minarek, into the feet of Burchelli, cuts inside, beats 2, heads up, looking for a pass, and she finds it. It's a great little touch from Buccialo, who gets it in, tries to find the return pass, but well cleared. Aliwoda into Pickett. It's a great idea to be able to find the run of Keat, and Policino's fouled Parkinson in the back there. It's an easy pick up for the referee. Box Hill now looking to make 2 substitutions. They'll be coming on shortly. Murray, who switched from left back into centre back and has looked at least more comfortable in a more central position. She gets her head up. Will play Minarek, who fires it down the line. Great touch there from Burchelli. And now Rossi has space to operate in. She'll drive towards Smith. Rossi beats 1, shoots, blocked. Oh, and it's just gone wide for a corner. And that deflection just squirmed past. Looked like it was goal bound there. Great play from Karina Rossi there to spin, turn and drive into the space. And if it wasn't for the block of Jurcic, that certainly could have ended up in the back of the net. But Jurcic did well to get a toe in there. It'll be Murakami to return this one at the near post. Across goals. Koizumi fouled, but play on. Ma tries to find Grober, but Minarek tries to switch it. Calls of handball on Sandu. Ignored. McGrawty dispossessed. Caught a foul there. Bit of frustration brewing from the visitors, which you can only understand and expect. As 2 subs here will enter the fray. It'll be number 22 off. So Holly Murray and Mayo Murakami coming off for Peraltine. And the second substitute here We're trying to figure out who that one is. Looks like Victoria Zikas has come on at left back. So Zikas and Teen into the fray. It must be noted that they can bring in certainly an impact into this game. Dean into Koizumi, around the corner to Wilbert. Grober into McGraughty, back out to Grober. Room to operate on this wing. Grober will get it into the box, but it's well cleared. Zikas swapped with Minarek. And has done well there to get ahead of Peel. And backheel at offer. Ball still in play. Bronte Peel has done well there. And they're just trying to clear it. For all love and money, Box Hill just want to get the ball out of there. And the attack won't come with any reprieve. It'll be Akeisha Sandu again to be able to whip it in from the corner. To be able to test out this Box Hill defence. Essendon Royals have been quite remarkable in their unwillingness to relent. And they'll go again, trying to find the head of McGraughty, I'm sure, on this occasion. Kendra Smith lining up at the back post. Sandu gets it in. It'll find McGraughty, who heads down, straight past Sagavcic. And another assist there from Akeisha Sandu. McGraughty just had too much time on that occasion. Her run arced, back in, headed down, expert technique. Hard to beat. And that's 6 for Essendon Royals. And McGraughty has now overtaken Madja Markovski as the league's top goal scorer, unless she gets on the score sheet today against Melbourne Victory. It's an impressive tally of 17 goals so far this season. Peel lets Koizumi take over, under a lot of pressure there from Zikas, who keeps going. Koizumi does well. Plays Parkinson. Minarek heading it down into Bercelli. Sideways pass into Teen. Pickett into Burchallo, who does well to try and nutmeg, but surrounded by 3. McGraughty into Grace Ma, controls it, gets her head up, tries to beat Paliwoda, but is able to do enough there. .68 minutes and change gone in this game. Oh, it's a mistake there. Uncharacteristic. Laura Pickett trying to find a pass, but it was cut off there by Grace Ma from a few yards out. As they were changing positions as well and rotating, Sagavcic plays it to her outside the 6-yard spot and just trying to find Polachina at the top. And it looks like 3 subs now will come into play for Essendon Royals, keeping me on my toes. Number 14 coming off, Amy Parkinson for number 23, Alicia Bresciano. Number 13, Bronte Peel coming off for Emma Langley, who will enter the scene. I believe those are the only changes actually on this occasion. Parkinson and Peel off for Langley and Bresciano. Bresciano will go into a right fullback position. So like-for-like changes there. Bercelli, Policina, cut off by Jurcic. Langley will try to use her speed. Cut off on this occasion. Paliwoda just beaten to it by McGrorty there. Pickett does well to tackle. It's a really good tackle in the box there to dispossess McGrorty. Bresciano throwing it in to McGrorty. Not in a rush to go anywhere. Flagged by the assistant referee. Bresciano cuts inside. Tries to find a cross. Well cut off by Minarek. And Keat will try to chase that one down. Smith will get there first. Wilbert tries to play it into the path of Grober. Sagavcic. Plenty of room and space. Royals not really intent on having to chase after them. As the ball goes over the head of Zekas on that far side for a throw in. Box Hill, their next 3 games, 2 of them are away. Doesn't necessarily make it easier. Their next game will be against Bentley Greens at home, in which you would expect them to be able to acquire 3 points there before going to Preston away from home. As McGrorty there, picking the ball up. About 15 yards on the angle. Almost trying to chip Sagavcic there. Before another trip to Heidelberg away, rounding out their next 3 weeks. Where Essendon Royals will make an away trip to Boroondara Eagles as another sub is being made here. Koizumi, who's been fantastic today, coming off for Sasha Kozamara, number 18, who will enter the midfield, you'll assume. Following the game against Boroondara Eagles away from home, they'll have Spring Hills and Alamein here at Cross Keys Reserve. Keat does really well there down the right wing, beating Smith, getting the ball in, goes through the legs of Bresciano. Bercelli certainly wasn't expecting that. Paliwoda gets it into Teen, and that's really good play there. Sharp, quick, out to Buccialo, trying to find the overlapping run of Minarek, who's now operating at a right fullback. She's played in 3 different positions today, Sydney Minarek. Oh, Grace Maher, what a touch. She tried that in the first couple minutes, and she's done it again. Unfortunately, Grober wasn't able to keep it in. Teen plays Buccialo, who tries to find the return pass and doesn't quite, and that's where the attacking build-up has probably let Box Hill down. Just those combinations, their ability to be able to find the runner quickly and then get support around the attacking numbers. So far, Smith and Jurcic have had a relatively easy game, haven't really been tested too much in behind. Minarek plays it to Pickett. Inside to Policina. Erin Keat will now try and look for a pass down the line. It's onside. A little bit of a melee in the box, but it falls out to Policina. He tries an effort on the volley. Popped up nicely. She fires that one over the bar. As the game edges towards its conclusion, 2 more subs. Number 23 off for number 7, Gabrielle Simpson. And Grace Norbury will be entering the field for Erin Keat. So Simpson and Norbury with the last 15 minutes to try and get one on the scoreboard here for Box Hill. Smith put under a lot of pressure there by Simpson, the newcomer. Teen controls it on her thigh, but it slips away from her. Wilbert into the feet of McGrawdy, who plays a great ball behind Minarek, who does extremely well to get a toe in there, cover back in front of Grober. Essendon Royals haven't had too many attacks in the last 10 minutes, but they've got a chance here to be able to orchestrate something. Sandhu down to Ma, but it'll go over the head of Sandhu. Out for another throw. Rossi bursting through, trying to play past Bresciano into Burchelli. Bresciano does well to intercept and win the free kick eventually. Smith playing it to Sandhu. Bulleen Lions have taken the lead against Melbourne Victory, further extending their lead at the top of the table now. Avondale 2-0 up against Alamein United, Caleb Park 2-1 up against Spring Hills. And the score remains the same at Lakeside Stadium. South Melbourne 2-0 up with only a few minutes to play there. McGrawty controls, but can't find Grace Ma in behind. So as it stands, Bulleen Lions 2 points ahead of Essendon Royals in second place. Box Hill will go from first to third. So almost an interchange between these two teams has taken place today. And South Melbourne rounding out on 27 points. The top four. 4 points separating South Melbourne on 27 points and Bulleen Lions at top. That's how close the competition is. Policina into Rossi, but Smith does well. Grober into the feet of McGrawdy, who's done really well in this position all day. Jurčić on that occasion can't quite find her teammate. Minarek does really well to burst past Grober, play a pass inside, but no one really wanting it to feet. Wilbert now with Policina and Teen attempting to keep her company. She'll get it again. Dean right down the middle of the pitch. Policina looking for the run in front of her. She'll have a go. Doesn't get it past Smith at the top of the 18. Wilbert out to Langley. Plays it inside to McGrawdy. Flicks it on. And it's great play there. A great little counter. Emma Langley through on goals now. Can she finish? Great save from Sagavcic. McGrawty on the follow-up. Great little counter-attack there from the Royals. Grace Ma has been superb. Adds a touch of class since she's come on. Here she is again, Grace Maher, crossing it to the back post. Well headed, cleared straight into the path of McGrawdy, who instead of laying it at the top of the box to Wilbert, wants to get her hat-trick for the day. Rossi flicks it to Bolchina. Out wide. Can't quite get the distance on it. Ma with a lot of time. Langley gets her head up. Picks a great crossfield ball to Grober, who's got plenty of time to be able to get across back into the box. Well claimed there from Sagavcic. Rolls it out to Rossi. Buccialo. Smothered there by a combination of Wilbert and Sandu. 80 minutes and change gone in this game. Norbury plays it out to Buccialo. Has the support of Simpson. 1v1 with Smith. Gets her head up. Will look to try and get something into the box, but plays it back behind Buccialo in support. Sandu will return it back into play. Will look to try and find Grober. Policina out to Minarek. Norbury cut off by McGrawdy. Through on goal now. Tries to really play it over the keeper. Not on this occasion. Pelly Woda gets her head up. Good little backheel there by Burchelli. To Zekas now. Playing it inside the team. Norbury. Out to Minarek. It's good play. Great ball into the box. Well controlled. Can't quite find a teammate. Grace Maher does really well to be able to squeeze it down the left wing. Grober, first to it. 1v1 with Norbury. And the Royals will win a throw in there. It looks like it's Bresciano who will be receiving some treatment here. Not too sure if it's a blood nose. She does seem to... Yeah, it does seem to be the case. She certainly doesn't want to get it on her uniform. She'll be bandaged up and will go straight back out into the pitch. As the Royals will temporarily go down to 10 men. Sandu throwing it into Grober, who did very well initially to keep it in play as it was running away from it. Minarek did fantastic there. Good defending. Plays it up to Simpson. A long way away from goal. They'll need to build their way back up through Bocelli. Plays it back into Simpson. Good little 1-2. Gets her head up. Wants to play out wide. Finds the feet of Minarek into Teen. who's done well to rotate possession since coming on. Great little turn there from Gabrielle Simpson. Bercelli 1v1. Back inside. Has the space. Gabby Simpson from range. Speculative. But they earned the space to be able to take the shot on. With the sheer volume of substitutions in a short period of time, you can see that the game has dwindled in its intensity as it slowly rolls to its conclusion here at Cross Keys Reserve. Box Hill still trying, though, to be able to get something on the score sheet, something to be able to take away this from this game. Team plays it into Rossi to Policina. Plays it back to her, but it gets caught under her feet. Well cut off there by Norbury. Picks her head up. Plays Buccialo out in this right-hand side. It's a sticky ball. Does well to get past Sandu, though. Smith, again, coming across and doing really well. Simpson, sandwiched between two. Again, it's just the stickiness of the ball. Oh, Emma Langley has a little bit of a kick out there. Not seen by the ref. Temper's starting to flare. I believe it was Bercelli left a little bit on Langley. Norbury. To Minarek, who's been able to walk the ball into midfield. Essendon Royals happy to sit into a low block and try to soak up this pressure. Bresciano ready to come back on, it looks like, on the far side of the field after getting some medical attention. Grace Maher, Rob's in possession, saw the idea, didn't quite have the execution. So Gavcic was off her line, admittedly. Paliwoda to Zekas. Great little 1-2 with Teen. Gets her head up. And it's just ahead of Bercelli, the target. Good little turn there by Sasha Kozamara, who's saying that she actually had her hair pulled on that occasion. It's Bercelli that has copped a yellow card there in the end. Norbury clears, only as far as Jurcic. Teen plays it to Minarek, into the feet of Simpson. That touch there is a representation of the condition of the pitch, straight away going above her head from her foot. Minarek plays it out wide to Zekas. Into Policina. Bresciano doing well to thwart the options, keep the ball in play and play Jurcic. Only goes as far as Rossi, making a run into the box. Well covered there by Wilbert. It's a cutback to the top to Minarek, and they get their goal. Gabby Simpson with the cutback there to Sydney Minarek, who did well to actually get there with a good attack on the ball and steer it into the far corner. As the fourth official puts up her board. Shouldn't be much more than 3 minutes. It's actually 1 minute. Smith directly into Langley from kickoff. Ma leaves it. And Box Hill, to their credit, have at least tried to keep going and get some attacking joy from this game. Protein in midfield has certainly made a positive impact, really sharpening things up and getting the ball moving. Wilbert into McGrawdy, dispossessed. Is Langley awkwardly there into Zekas, evades any injury, as Sagavcic will try and play the ball out wide. Goes out for a throw-in. A formidable performance here from the home team, really showing their dominance in the first half. Bronte Peel opening the scoring with a fantastic header, and from there it was just an attacking masterclass really that Box Hill just couldn't really compete with. And that's it. That's full time here at Cross Keys Reserve. A strong 7-1 win from the hosts here, but certainly not what anyone would have been expecting. Coming into this game, it was first versus third, with Box Hill in the last few weeks playing some fantastic football, but they've come up against a really determined team here in Essendon Royals, who will be looking to continue to take this form into next week. It seems that Bulleen Lions will finish the week on top of the table. But from me, your commentator Daniel Christie here at Cross Keys Reserve, I hope you've enjoyed tuning in live on our YouTube stream. We'll catch up with you next week. Thank you very much.